Hey, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Makakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and peace and blessing to you, sincere brothers out there of the house of David. And the house of David is waxing stronger and stronger in the spirit in these last days, and the house of Saul is being cut off and will be destroyed. And so, we're just gonna flow through the spirit, man. A lot of things have been happening in these last days, man. Just endless things that we can talk about, man, from the coronavirus to the diverse earthquakes in diverse places, and the upwards of the people, man. There's many things to talk about. So, this is the year of prophecy as it's been coined by the apostle of Torah. So, a lot of things been happening, man. The spirit is flowing throughout the earth, man. And there's only going to be certain men in the spirit to speak these things, okay? Because the house of Saul is being exposed in the last days by the house of David, okay? Because the house of David, they were ordained by the Most High from the foundations of the earth. And the thing is, you got to have the spirit. You can't fake the spirit, man. You got to have the spirit in order to go out there and teach this word. You got to have the spirit to go out there and to preach good tidings to the rest of our people who are going to listen and be obedient to the words of the Most High. Okay, and this is what the Lord has done in these last days. He has set up teachers to raise up our people, the tabernacles of David, in the midst of our enemies, the different nations, man, starting with Esau and Edom. Okay, so this is what we're seeing pursuant to Ezekiel 37. The dry bones are being risen up, all right? And as we're speaking these words into manifestation, the prophecies are shown. We're God in the eyes of Pharaoh, just like Moses was in the eyes of ancient Pharaoh, because we're ordained by the Holy Spirit, man. You see? So these different nations, they can't do anything with us. 2/3 of Israel, they can't do anything with us, man. See, the hatred that they have within their hearts, that was ordained, man. The scriptures say, out of the mouth of Yahweh Shai, they hated me without a cause. So they're going to hate the elect, man. And that's really going to boost the elect to stay on edge, okay, to not get too comfortable, because this is not our rest, okay? And a lot of our people are going to be against these scriptures. They're going to be against the truth in these last days. That's why I want to start at, let me start at Zechariah chapter 13 right quick, where it says 2/3 of our people will be cut off, man. Which is what you got to understand. A lot of our people are not going to make it in these last days, man. Okay, it's only going to be a small remnant that's going to make it. And right now, that small remnant is being tried in the fire. When you go through your daily hell, when you go through your daily tribulations, that's all trying you through the fire, man. When it doesn't feel good to the flesh. Shit, nothing good, nothing honorable was gotten that was easy. You got to go to the dark paths, to get that, man. This is Zechariah 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts shall therefore therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So that's 2 parts, man. And that's the majority of our people, 2 parts. Because, the scriptures say that most of our people, they come to the Most High. They speak smooth things with their mouth, but their hearts are far from the Most High. Okay, so their actions are not in balance with what they're saying. They may say, Yahweh Shem Shah Brakatham, but their actions are not showing that. You see, you got to speak it. You can't just say it, okay? When you show forth that you're actually repented towards the Most High, you show forth your actions, okay? Go ahead, brother.
Kind, brother. Kind. And, there's no faking this thing. You got to be real with it. And the Lord's really got to be with you. I mean, it's only so much you can fake to the part that others will understand that the Most High ain't really dealing with you. So, and then at that, you want to do this thing with the utmost sincerity. So when you sincere with this thing, you're going to do this thing with your heart, and you're going to really care about the Heavenly Father and His men who the Lord have raised up in these times. Them the ones who you really want to teach. So you really have to understand what you're doing this thing for. So the thing about it is, when men don't really understand what this thing is about, they're going to do this thing however the fuck they want to do it, and then they're not going to do it with their heart. They're just going to be doing it just to be doing it. But the ones that's doing it with their heart, it's going to manifest and it's going to show. And then that's what's going to separate the house of Saul from the house of David, because the house of David and the house of Saul, they're going to be doing this because they love to teach. They love to bring this word out. This is what they've been put here to do. And the house of Saul is just doing this thing for just some bullshit, just to be doing it to make themselves seem like they somebody. But when you do that, you're setting yourself up for the big ass fall. Because the thing is, the spirit ain't gonna be with you like it's gonna be on the house of David to bring this thing out in sincerity. Now you may say, hey, shalom, peace of sincerity to the brothers out here doing this truth. But do you really fucking mean that? Do you really actually mean that? Because behind that, you may have guile in your heart. So this truth is for the ones that really sincerely want to teach our people. And me, speaking for myself, and the brother Ahmad Gabar, which he's a great teacher in itself. And just some of the things we've been through, brothers ain't never experienced. Brothers that been in this truth for years, a lot of dudes ain't stood out there by themselves, and that's a big thing to do for anybody to do. That takes a lot of courage. But as I was saying, is when you do this truth from the heart, it shows. And when you do this truth with guile in your heart, it shows too. So it's gonna be one or two people in this truth. It's gonna be people that's in the spirit and people that's not. See, the Lord allowed those people that's not in the spirit to be in the truth, to show those people that are in the spirit to show who they are. So we understand from that aspect that certain people ain't going to be in the spirit in these days. And we're not throwing shots at anybody. We're teaching the word because we want brothers to understand that you have to decipher what's good and what's from bad. Because in Matthews it tell you that, hey, when they went in, they fished out men, they gathered in good and bad. So we're deciphering who's in the good and who's in the bad. And you can do that on your own. Because you're going to learn more from the ones that's good than from the ones that's bad.
And the Lord has brought the house of Saul and the house of David in this truth, man, to show the house of David what not to be. See, the house of Saul, they were brought in this truth, and for a short period of time, they might have had the spirit, but ultimately, that spirit is going to be taken away, man. Because ultimately, the Lord's not dealing with them, you see. So it's the Lord that's doing all these things, man. The Lord controls everything, man. See, the world coins this phrase, you have free will. There ain't no such thing as free will. Everybody's walking to the tone of prophecy, man. Now this is Psalms 101 and verse 7. It says, he that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. He that tells lies shall not tarry in my sight. I will early destroy all the wicked off the land, that I may cut off all wicked doers from the city of the Lord.
Let me say something on that, because the Lord say that he's going to cut off all the wicked on the land. So do you really understand what the Lord's going to do? So if you're really not into this truth like that, that's wicked. That's actually wicked, man. That's wicked to set up and act like you about the Lord and really you not. You hate who the Lord has set up to teach this truth. And if you have that in your heart, then the Lord's going to destroy you, because it was certain men that was set up to actually teach the Lord's word. That's all. That's all they were sent here to do. And they're going to be hated and they're going to be talked shit about. And that's the thing about it. But we're in the times where the ones that's in the spirit, they're going to be able to discern the ones that's in the spirit and the ones that's not.
Right, because the ones that are not in the spirit, they're going to try to covet the positions of them that are in the spirit. But you can clearly see that they're not in the spirit, man, by the works. You see, the spirit's not flowing.
Come on, bro. You say you could clearly see that. So it's not something we saying. It's something that you could clearly see. Go ahead, brother.
Come on, brother. Yeah, man. So you can clearly see that. So every man's work is being made manifest in these last days. What it is, okay? And the house of Saul is being exposed to what it is, man. Because you can only go so far and put on the front, man, before the Lord expose your ass before the congregation.
Right, and the Lord can expose your ass. Why you think you in the truth doing the work? You could be exposed doing that. So this thing is a scary thing. And so if you really not of the house of David, you're gonna be exposed. And you could act and pretend like you're the house of David, or you could act and pretend like you're doing this truth and sincerity, but it shows though. Everything shows itself. So it's kind of like, from me, Harmon One speaking within Harmon One thing is just keep doing the work that you're doing. You see what I'm saying? Just do what you do. And I do what I do because I really just want to teach, and I really want brothers to rise up and to be stronger. That's what I've been set here for. I don't care about the accolades and the prestige and the persona, or brothers want this type of plateau. I don't really care about that. My thing is to help brothers be stronger in the midst of Babylon, in the midst of these demons. Because these demons, they know who we are, man. When we go certain places, man, demons don't want to deal with us. Even when we on our highways and the hedges, when we on our highways and the hedges, brother, they really don't want to deal with us out there. They don't fuck with us because they know we in the spirit. The demons know who in the spirit. So hey, so you telling me the men of the Lord that's truly in the spirit, they not gonna know who in the spirit? Come on, man. You can't fake that. And for you out there that think you can fake you being in the spirit, man, you deceive yourself. What the Lord said, the deceiver and the deceived are his. So you deceiving your own self, man. You're not deceiving nobody, man, that's in the spirit. Now maybe men that might not be in the spirit, you could be deceived by that. But for brothers that's in the spirit and they see these things how they are, the truth of the matter is you're only going to be edified and you're only going to be raised up by the men that's in the spirit of the Lord. And you can't fake that, man. It's nothing you could fake. I mean, you could think, you know, because guys, they think that this world, they could bring the world concepts into the scriptures.
That's it.
So they think they could use that shit and bring it in the scriptures and bring allegations and think this and that. No, if you're not in the spirit of the Lord, you're not in the spirit of the Lord. You can't fake that shit, bro. You can't, bro. Go ahead, brother.
And I just want to say this, man. If a man sees another man that's being sincere in the spirit of the Lord, that's going to provoke two type of spirits, man. A guy's going to be angry at that. A guy's going to covet that because he knows that he's being wicked on the inside. He knows that he ain't right. You see what I'm saying? So being yourself and teaching the word for pureness of heart, not having any deceit in your mind, having any guile. Well, you're going to have demons that's going to hate you, man. You're going to have haters that are going to hate you and hate you for what you're doing, what you stand for in this truth. This is Psalms 25 and verse 12. It says, "What man is he that fears the Most High? Him shall he teach in the way that he shall choose. His soul shall dwell at ease, and his seed shall inherit the earth." So, me and the brothers always like to say this, man. Let the lights cut off, man. Let's see whose faith is really there. Because right now we have the liberty and the opportunity to say we believe in the Most High. Well, all our faith is going to be tested in the last days, man. When Esau comes in as a sword, we're going to know who the Lord is really dealing with because he's going to preserve those and protect those, man. And the ones that are of the house of Saul, they're going to be cut off. And they're going to die, man. When you see the ones that are highly esteemed in the kingdom right now, you see what I'm saying, that man speak well of, they're going to be looked down on in the kingdom of heaven.
Right. Well,
man.
the scriptures say they're gonna have their head down because
Ashamed.
you're gonna be ashamed because you was amongst men that really was into the word. Now us going off and us not being perfect in the flesh, yeah, that's gonna happen, bro. That's gonna happen, bro.
That's when the new covenant comes in. Cause the Lord knows we ain't gonna be perfect. But the thing is, even though you're not perfect, it shows how much you're sincere in this truth, man. You might not be perfect, but are you going off on purpose? You know what I'm saying? Are you doing this with a sincere heart? Have you truly repented? Or do you still have that world mindset, that nigga that you never left off in the world? And what you're going to come to find out, there's still some niggas that have been brought in the truth, man. You see? And they're going to gain followers. That really, they're just the face of the 2/3. That's really it. As the brother said, the deceit and the deceiver are his. Okay, so this is a really scary thing because the Lord is controlling all things. It may look it may look different in the flesh, but it's all been controlled through the spirit, man. And the house of David, their spirits were meant to achieve everything that they wanted, man. Their spirits were meant to complete this mission that we're on. Okay, this mission, you gotta understand what you're involved in, man. This mission is trying to get back in that power, in that state that we were, once back in the spiritual world. But there were certain spirits of the nation of Israel that were created to go off, that were created to be wicked, man, to be the slayers of the prophets. So we're gonna have that in the truth, man. So you can't be ignorant in something small or great. Yeah, you may say, okay, we're trying to build back our nation, but you gotta understand our nation are not right, man. You see, go ahead, dog.
Con, bro, and then at the end of the day, man, if you're not really if you're hardened on into this truth, man, it'll show. That's all. And you can fake it however much you want to fake. Because, one thing about this truth is the carnal man needs his own prophet. The carnal man needs his own prophet, and what you understand is going to be more guys that's actually carnal than actually in the spirit. So the spiritual man needs his prophet. There's only a few of those, and the ones that just carnal, they're going to need their own person to follow. So that's the thing about it. The ones that's actually in the spirit, you're going to need the spirit is going to direct those few men to those men that's actually in the spirit. So you really have to understand this thing, man. This thing is of a spiritual thing, and it's not about the spirit. It's not about how many people you can get to back you up, because it don't matter about that.
Well, the thing is, men have not grown in the truth. I always like to coin this: you have not grown in truth, because if you are at a point where you have to be motivated by men, you got to be motivated by what men tell you, then you're not growing, man. You got to spiritually develop in this truth, man. Okay, you got to please the Most High. Don't be trying to do this thing to please men. Okay, be trying to do this thing to get the likes of men, man. Okay, because man's not gonna give you the one ticket that's gonna lead you to them chariots. Okay, that's gonna give you salvation. Man can't do that, man. Man may speak well of you. Man may be your friend one day and hate you the next day, man. Okay, they're more than men. The one that you gotta put your trust in, the Most High, man. The Lord is dictating everything upon the earth, but the ones that are in that mindset, hey, the deceiver is his. So we just gotta bring that out, or we gotta expose that. Go ahead.
Come on, brother. And pretty much, man, we hit it on the head through the spirit. You can't fake the spirit. You know, that's gonna be the name of it, bro. You can't fake the spirit. You know, if you ain't got it, you ain't got it, bro. That's the truth. And then we're not throwing salt on anybody, man. Because
well, the thing is, if the shoe fits, wear it. Because the thing is, we're coming through the spirit, we're bringing it out, man. The spirit of the Lord is going to reveal all things. Okay, like it says, the word of the Lord is like a two-edged sword, cutting through the sunder of bone and marrow. So whatever you have in your mind is going to be exposed by the preaching of this word. And if you don't like it, well, it's being exposed. That's why brothers get flagged by their videos and their channels be taken down. It's not only Esau doing that, it's 2/3 of our wicked ass nation doing that shit too. Some of them that are in this truth.
Yeah, we hitting the nail on the head, bro. We hitting the nail on the head. Yeah, we're gonna have to throw something up on there.
Well, that's it, man.
Con.
The spirits are being provoked by what we're saying.
Yeah. Con, and basically, man, we hit the nail on the head, the brother, and us. You know, we're just speaking through the spirit, and you know, we teach this thing for brothers to come on another level. We teach this thing with the intent for brothers to learn and come on another level, because we teach it out of our heart. You know, we do this thing because we love teaching, because the Lord have showed us, you know, the way to be, and in that way to be, it makes us stronger unto the Lord. So that's why we teach this thing, man. You know, we don't teach this thing for money, because the thing is, you could teach this thing like TD Jakes and Creflo Dollar and all them, and you can get paid for it, but they're gonna be destroyed. We teach this thing because we really want our people to come on a level to overcome this devil in these times and these demons. See, we teach this thing because we want brothers to overcome demons and to be stronger in the spirit. If you teaching this thing for money, then you teaching this thing for your own gain.
And we're building back a nation. Like the scripture said, we're building back a nation that have fallen from their power. You see, and there's only going to be a select few out there that are really sincere, and the Lord has to put that spirit upon you to be sincere. You see, you can't choose whether you're sincere or not. If you're meant to be the wicked, you can't go against that, man. That's as simple as that. So what we're teaching is pursuing the Revelation chapter 7. Okay, we have to do our duty, preach his word, and the Lord's going to seal his elect, because his word has gone throughout the four corners of the earth. And you're going to have different Israelites of the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth that are going to hear this word, man. And the elect are going to be directed to the righteous man of the Lord. You see, only the wicked and the ones that have deceit in the heart, they're going to be directed towards the false prophets. Okay, that look like they're sheep, but they're really wolves.
Hey, the Lord had to chime on that, bro. The Lord had to chime on that shit, bro. Come on, brother.
I got one more scripture for you.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Amos chapter 9, verse 11. In that day I will raise up the tabernacles of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. So this starts in the mindset of the elect. The kingdom of heaven starts within us, man. So, you know, we're set up by the Spirit of the Lord to teach our people and to lead them in the right way so that they may be prepared as a bride adorned for her husband when Yahweh Shai comes back. Okay.
Con, brother. Con, hey, that brother's in the spirit. And we're at a point now, man, to where when you really disagree with certain men, that's to your own damnation. That's just what it is. Because you have certain men that's just here to just teach the word, man. That's all we here to do. I mean, we may slip, and the righteous man falleth 7 times, but at the end of the day, you have righteous men that their intent was just to teach the word, man. That's all. That's all it is. And if you make fun of somebody's mishap or they trip up or they fall, then that you ain't right, man, because you're not giving it the see-through and the time to see, like, hey, men do this and men make mistakes, men do this, men do that. You're not seeing through that. That means that you're carnal. That means you're jumping quick to conclusions. But this inspiration came from a few videos we've watched today. In the last couple of days we've been watching, because we're always watching videos. There's so many things to go into, but this inspiration just comes from a lot of videos. And the thing is, we're not justifying ourselves before anybody, but the spirit will reveal who's in the spirit, man. So if you're not in the spirit, it's going to show anyway. So the best thing you could do is not do videos, but then if you do videos, it shows that your ass ain't in the spirit.
The apostle said just go back out into the world, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Go back to the Baptist church. You know what I'm saying? The scripture say, he that knew and did not, well, you can do the Lord's work, but if you're being lukewarm and you have deceit in your heart and you're doing it just to gain accolades from this truth. See, there are certain men from the world that never made it in this world, and they look at this truth as a way to gain money. Okay, they look at this truth like a way to gain followers and shit like that, fame. The Lord's gonna destroy you, man. But the Lord said He knew those that would never believe in Him from the beginning, man. Mm-hmm. That's what this stands from.
That's it, brother. That's it.
So Yahweh Shem outside, He knows who are His, and He knows those that He's gonna destroy. So that's the bottom line.
And with that, man, Lord willing, brothers was edified, man. The Lord will, you pray to the Lord to guide you to men that's sincere. But if you don't pray unto the Lord to guide you to the men that's sincere, you won't get to those men. And with that, man, Lord willing, you was edified with this lesson. And it'll be Salawam, on to the next one.